on George the Disney Italiano with Abby outside of the movie complex here at Garden Walk. We just got done seeing Freakier Friday, starring Lindsay Lohan and Jamie Lee Curtis. So this is our out-of-theater reaction. I have to say, it was a really good movie. The fact that it was a sequel, and not just a sequel, but one that was literally 22 years in the making, because literally this movie was made, and both Lindsay and Jamie said that it was done by the fans, for the fans, because of the fans. Because I remember when the first one premiered back in 2003, that people were wanting a sequel. They wanted a Freaky Friday 2. And literally, Jamie went to the studio and said that, you know what, I think we need to make this happen. I think this is the appropriate time. Lindsay is an adult now. They could do so much more with the story, and boy, did they. I mean, it's one of those movies where it's not like what you call like top-notch, like best cinema kind of movie, but if you want a feel-good movie or just a downright funny movie, like this is it. I mean, it attaches right where the last movie kind of left off, but many years later.
Yes.
Where now Lindsay steps into the shoes of being a parent and raising her daughter as a single parent, finding love, getting married, and then stepchildren trying to get along and everything. And for all of you who have seen the trailers, this really isn't not too much of a spoiler, but like the Lindsay Lohan, Jamie Lee Curtis, her daughter, and her soon-to-be stepdaughter, they all switch bodies. And I tell you what, it was a roller coaster ride of laughs, of emotion, and it tells a really great story too. There's a lot of heart into this, just like how the first one was. They have a lot of cameos based off of the first movie. They had the band Pink Slip that was part of the first movie. Lindsay Lohan's younger brother Harry makes a cameo. Mark Harmon reprises his role as Ryan, Jamie Lee Curtis's husband. And actually, even the actress, which I can't remember her name, but who played Meredith Blake in The Parent Trap, she makes a cameo in this. And actually, a lot of Lindsay Lohan's wardrobe was from her previous films. You have to try to find them, but they pay tribute to The Parent Trap and Freaky Friday and Confessions of a Teenage Drama Queen and all that. So it's very interesting. As I said, I give this movie an 8, believe it or not. I give it an 8 out of 10, which I didn't honestly really think I was going to. But I think, honestly, like, as far as, like, entertaining goes, it literally is 10 out of 10. But just as a film's sake, I give it an 8. Just because, you know, being the nerd that I am, you know, there's always flaws in everything, and you never get anything perfect. But it's a solid 8 for me. What say you?
I thought it was hilarious. I think you can really tell that it was made for the fans. A lot of nostalgia there. And yeah, it was so fun. Like, I wanted to die laughing. And I think it was, a really great story that they learned. Just having to see them all, like, change places and then trying to figure out how to change back
through each other's eyes, you know. That. And there's one joke in particular, you guys don't know it, but it's like kind of like an inside joke between me and Abby that she always says to me all the time, about when you get older with your body. And it actually hit home because there's a line in the movie that Jamie Lee Curtis says, and
it's hilarious. The
it's
whole
brilliant.
Theater
I think that was the
cracking up.
I think honestly that was like the best line in the whole entire movie.
Yeah, because Jamie Lee Curtis is so funny in this movie.
And what's so funny is she's very multi-talented. The fact that like she could do a comedy, but she could also do a movie like the Halloween franchise.
Yeah.
I mean, like, that's a lot to pull off. And actually, I have to give kudos to Lindsay as well, because she took a break of a hiatus from acting. Because she actually became a mom in real life. She takes care of her son and everything. And she was going through a rough patch, you know. So it's nice to see that she has made a comeback for sure. And now, actually, this is just me speaking. As I said, I do love a good chick flick. I'm sorry, I do. That for the fans that wanted Freaky Friday 2, I'm now here to say I want to see a Mean Girls sequel because they gave us that like with like a little like they did like promotional like commercials and stuff like that featuring Mean Girls, and I think they did like a little short kind of thing. But I want to see a sequel to Mean Girls, and I want Tina Fey to do the writing because she did the first one. But that's me going off on a tangent. But it could happen if this happened 22 years later. I mean, anything can happen. So, as I said, it was a really good movie.
I gave it a 9. I think it was a really great movie. I really enjoyed it. I was, like I said, I was like dying laughing. And, yeah.
And honestly, this is a movie that I could actually say I can kind of watch over and over again.
It kind of made me, like, think of wanting to watch the first one again.
Yeah, and that's a good thing, you know. But I do know that they were doing, I think up to El Capitan, they were doing a double feature of the first movie and the sequel. And I tried to see if we could get tickets, but it just didn't fall into place. But, well, I'm so glad that we did get to see the sequel.
Yes.
But I do agree with you. It does make you want to watch the first one all over again. And then maybe even watch it, like, one after the other.
Yeah.
So that's our out-of-theater review of Freakier Friday. I give it a solid 8. Abby gives it a solid 9. And as I said, it was a really great movie. Honestly, as I said, for entertainment purposes, it honestly gets a 10 out of 10.
Yeah, you should have heard the theater.
Yeah.
It was like, everyone was like busting laughing.
Yeah. So, I mean, I highly recommend that if you're a moviegoer and you want to have a great time at a movie-going experience and have a funny, sentimental, emotional movie all wrapped in one, go to your local theater and see Freakier Friday, starring Lindsay Lohan and Jamie Lee Curtis. But yeah, this is our out-of-theater reaction to Freakier Friday. This is Abby. I'm George the Disney Italiano. And as I always say, in Disney Italiano fashion, stay safe, stay healthy, stay Disney. Italiano out.